All right, so for this video, I wanted to discuss some of the common fears about owning properties. Like I ask friends, family, strangers, acquaintances, if they own property, and if not, why not? And there are a lot of misconceptions out there. I, I think as a society, we're taught to just throw all your money in your 401k, IRA. In my opinion, it is kind of propaganda to a degree because it's definitely not the best choice. I've been fortunate to be able to study investments, different types of investments very close. A lot of advisors are biased because they're not a fiduciary, and what that means is they are motivated by commissions. So if they are not a fiduciary, they are not obligated by law to keep your best interests at hand. So they're gonna steer you in the direction of what gives them fees, commissions, bonuses, referrals, stuff like that, especially stock market related products. And so, yeah, just keep in mind anyone you're talking to, you want to find out if they have a fiduciary duty or not, and that'll reveal biases. But yeah, fortunately, I've been able to study a lot of that pretty up close, in depth, stocks, bonds, crypto, real estate, just a wide range. And in my opinion, what I do with my own money is none of that even compares to real estate. It's tried and true. People have to live somewhere. The world population is expanding, it's not shrinking. Probably, depending on the sources you look at, it probably won't peak for another 100 years. And we're not getting any more land. So, yeah, there's a lot of strong reasons that real estate is definitely one of the best vehicles for building wealth, storing value, and stuff like that. So, I'd say there's a lot of misconceptions out there about owning it. Like when I ask people, I'd say the most common is they're afraid to be a landlord. But that's kind of like saying you're afraid to own a car because you don't know how to change the oil or you don't know how to replace the transmission. A lot of like, just like a car, a dentist, you know, medical procedures, just like in real estate, you can outsource that. So you can hire a property manager to manage the house. You can essentially say, I want nothing to do with this at all. Only find good tenants. I'm willing to wait a little longer to find a high quality tenant. And what's cool is a property manager will take care of all that. And then the common ways that they're paid, you do pay a little more for higher quality ones, but 8 to 10% of whatever the rent amount is each month is what they'll take. So let's say the rent is 3 grand, they'll take maybe up to $300 a month out of that, and then they'll handle any maintenance requests, stuff like that from the tenants. And so I notice a lot of people don't even know that that's an option, and it keeps them from building massive amounts of wealth. So yeah, property managers are a huge resource, especially for some people that don't want to be involved at all. Another big misconception is you have to have a lot of money to buy properties. It's definitely not accurate. There are many, many ways that you can buy properties without using your own capital, or there's programs out there where I think there's a new one where you can buy up to a fourplex and you only have to put 5% down. Creative finance, subto, all that fun stuff. There are many ways you could buy property with minimal, if any, of your own money. Time consuming, really, it's just like back to the property manager, just working with a team. Like, if you want to do it right, do it with a team. Don't be cheap. If you want quality talent, you have to pay for quality talent. They're like, they can only help you so much without compensating them appropriately. And then high risk of bad tenants. My best recommendation is you can look at the political parties of each state. The reality is, blue states not really the best places to own property as a landlord or just investing. I'm not saying you can't do it, but if you're already on the fence, then just stick to red states. They usually are more landlord friendly. Um, so maybe Florida, Carolinas, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, and then avoid states like California, Illinois, New York. That'll help avoid a lot of any stresses you may have. And then some people are afraid of like 2008, oh, it's going to happen again. But the reality is, when you look at what home prices were in 2008 before the big drop, they're way above that now. Um, the way the monetary system is, the dollar, whatever currency you're looking at, they constantly have to expand. And so there's always inflation and it's always fluctuating. But essentially, because of that, when you look at the long-term trends, properties always go up. It's just a matter of when. There's not really long, big pullbacks when properties have fallen, and it takes they go up pretty quick. So I think people they give too much credit to like 2008. Yes, it popped. Yes, properties went down. I look where those same homes are valued at now today. And then lastly, real estate investing is too complicated. I think that a lot of that can be solved by just working with high quality talent. If you're trying to get things for free, the people you may be working with, it might not be the best talent, so keep that in mind. If you want good outcomes, then you want a good team, and you should be paying them appropriately. But yeah, in conclusion, owning one, two, three properties can drastically change your legacy, your net worth in 10 years, especially if you're buying in like red states, not buying necessarily in the city, but you're staying close to like the big metros. You could be on the outskirts. And when you own a handful of properties, it dramatically will change what your life is like, especially as you see the compounding of the home value going up. The average is 5% annual. And so that compounds each year. And then the mortgage pay down of the tenants paying that mortgage down for you, it can drastically change your financial well-being much better than any 401k vehicle, any magic stock or crypto. Just owning a handful of properties is enough to put you in the 1% of America, or let alone the world. So keep that in mind.